Guys, completely different type of video here for this channel. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm from a mechanical background doing engineering, and I've been putting my new engine in my ute. So this is a picture slideshow with a bit of a voiceover because I haven't got a big shed to be able to do videos and do most of the work at one time. Fortunately, I had to sort of work around work, chores around the farm, and weather. So just like I say, a little bit of a slideshow. You can see I'm running a top mount. I've added a pre-filter. I'm working on the turbo inlet pipe on this one. This is just a auto bend donut from Repco. You cut it into position, weld it up. Top mount is off a Silica. There's the top mount and all the brackets done and painted. And just again, silicone hoses off Trade Me and Repco. Here I'm about to cut the vents out, so that's just me putting the template on, cutting the vents out. Those are 300 ZX, old school 300 ZX vents, I think. And this is one side is factory and the other side's with the flares on. And you can see I'm starting on the actual winch bumper itself. Had to do a bit of a rust repair on that side, and I'll be doing here goes a picture of the chassis mounts that I made. So my design is a 3-piece bumper. So this section is through to the chassis rails. You can see it there, it steps out, hence why I had to do that little dog leg. The D21's, that bottom bolt sticks out about, I think it's 6 mil or so. So I finished both side chassis plates and I've started on the bottom mount. So if you know the D21, there are the tow hooks on either side, and next to them are the 2 big bolt holes. So I'm making a reinforcement for the tow points if I needed to use them, and also making the bottom third of the bumper, and that is going to, like I say, go through to the 2 big bolts on the bottom there, and then it's going to tie up. You can see me starting to do the tie points, tie up to a solid bar that you can see the 4 holes through the middle of the bumper. That is going to tie the bottom part to the middle. And you can see me adding a bit more reinforcement here. These are the side plates just to fill the side in. Just really basic, just make a template, trim it out, make sure you give yourself a bit of room for vibration, as the body obviously moves with the vibration of the engine. It's me just fitting everything up, tacking it into place. And I'm about to bend the front bash plate into place. So just tacked along the front, cut through where I wanted it to bend, and then just bent it back on itself and tacked it down the sides and along the top. Nothing too exciting there. There you go, you can sort of see it folded up. It does take a bit of effort, but I think it's worth it. And you can see the extra reinforcement through the middle. And now I'm working on the fair lead support. It's going to both create bracing for the middle part of the bumper, and it's also going to give support for the actual fair lead itself. It's going to end up sticking out a lot further than I initially had planned. As you can see, I'm starting to cut the top piece of the bumper, which actually was a wrecked Land Cruiser bumper, which I got off a wrecker. The bottom half was destroyed, so I just cut that off. And then you can see me adding it, and you can see it still creates a cross brace for the top plate and supports the fair lead. And here's me just dry fitting the aluminium top piece on, just working on just getting everything bang on, just centralizing it. And I'm going to now start work on the steel reinforcement bars. So the main hoop is going to attach to the middle, and I'm going to do the reinforcement bars up from the bottom section, add bracing to them. And funnily enough, when I added the bracing, I expected it to move, and it did. I ended up having to reattach the bottom section and use the trolley jack to lift it up, and it managed to lift the whole vehicle off the ground. So there's a lot of strength there, and bolted together, doesn't move at all. Decided to try and copy the sort of slots in the radiator surround support And I think it looked good to do that, but it ended up being a lot more work than I thought it would be. But yeah, I think imitating those slots in the grill looked quite cool. And you'll see as I start to paint it, I decided to use the Raptor product for this. The Raptor primer is really good. What you'll end up using, whatever you can get 2 coats of the primer on, you're probably going to need 3 or 4 cans of the Raptor paint just to get a coating on it. Don't buy the rattle can. I think it was 1 or 2 that didn't even work, and $100 a can, not worth it. Get the bulk spray unit and spray it. Coming into the wiring, I decided to run an internal master switch for the wire for the winch, so I can activate the winch inside the cab without getting out. The coil of wire on the right in the sequence is the wire that runs into the cab. So it means that I don't have to get out, plug the controller in. I can just flick the master switch and activate the winch while sitting inside. So yeah, this section here runs into the cab and goes to the master switch. Here's a bit of a walk around with it all pretty much completed. Decided to run the control box in the middle. I can easily get to the winch controls, wiring. I kept the winch nice and high. I can see the spool, so I can see if any of the cable is starting to clump in the middle when I'm running it in. I can get to the winch release, the free spool, and yeah, really like that position. Run the wire through the grill up by the battery. Always leave one off just in case you get a short. Yeah, so I really like it. And here's my close up to the side, so I can sort of show you how tight and in that I managed to keep the winch. I was really wrapped that I managed to still get the 30, 38, 39 approach angle. And here's me just having a play. So you'll see this in a lot more videos coming up. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like more of this kind of stuff, let me know. So cheers for watching, guys.